with reaction to discuss the Democrats' anti-Semitism scandal that just keeps growing. Also tonight's breaking news on the Attorney General Barr assigning a federal prosecutor to look into the origins of the Russia probes. Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Well, first we have Omar's comments, Senator. Now we have multiple Tlaib's comments. And then we've got, believe it or not, which shocked me, an imam brought in by Nancy Pelosi, who in 2017 posted an image on social media supporting the Muslim Brotherhood. In 2014, actually posted, quote, "God willing, on this blessed night, as the third Intifada begins, the beginning of the end of Zionism is here. May Allah help us overcome this monster," meaning Israel, "protect the innocent of the world, and accept the murdered as martyrs." Okay, that's Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, that invited this radical. What is going on?
Well, it's unfortunately a growing problem. The Democratic Party as a whole is galloping to the left, and one of the components of that is the extreme left has a long history of anti-Semitism, of anti-Israel hatred. We're seeing it with this freshman trio, these three freshman House members who keep expressing anti-Semitic, anti-Israel comments, whether it is Congresswoman Tlaib's comments about the Holocaust, which are just, they're horrifying, or whether it was Congresswoman Omar's tweet attacking Israel, saying it's all about the Benjamins. I mean, it's repeating anti-Semitic attacks, and it would be one thing if it's just a couple of fringe radicals in their party, but what we've seen is, at least in the House of Representatives, the Democratic Party as a whole, the leadership as a whole, is unwilling to distance themselves from these radicals. They're unwilling to distance themselves from these extreme and really harmful sentiments.
You know, for Nancy Pelosi to invite that person is unbelievable. Let's go to our breaking news. The Attorney General assigning this U.S. attorney from Connecticut, Mr. Durham, a federal former prosecutor, he now will look into the beginnings of all of this, the FBI's ties, et cetera, in this case. Also, we have the Inspector General Horowitz. We have John Huber, his report, the Attorney General's longer investigation and deeper investigation into both the rigged election of Hillary or rigged investigation of Hillary, the FISA abuse, and the abuse of power that happened thereafter, never mind the, intelligence community surveilling, unmasking American citizens and leaking raw intelligence.
Yeah. Well, look, I think it is a good development that the Attorney General has assigned a U.S. attorney to investigate the origins of the Obama administration surveilling the Trump campaign. It is a very dangerous thing when law enforcement or the intelligence community is used as a political weapon, when it's used to target your political adversaries. I'll tell you, as I travel Texas, I hear from Texans all over the state, how come there's no accountability? How come the Obama administration was able to weaponize the Department of Justice and the intelligence world, the FBI? I'm very glad Attorney General Barr is demanding some accountability. We need to investigate it. We need to investigate how politicized it was. And in particular, we need to see what were the roles of the political appointees. Who signed off on it? Was it Loretta Lynch? Was it John Brennan? What was it Joe Biden? Was it President Obama himself? That kind of accountability we need to know, and the public deserves answers.
Senator, let me pick your legal mind for just a second. You were the national debate champion, and I don't think anyone can really. We watched you debate before. Are you
can tell I was one of the cool kids in college.
Yeah, well, obviously, I was not a part of the club. But on a serious note, are you convinced the Espionage Act was violated by Hillary? Are you convinced the intent of destroying those emails was to cover up an underlying crime and eliminate the evidence? Are you convinced the FISA courts that a fraud was committed by omission and using the fake phony dossier, the Russian dossier? And are you convinced there was an effort by deep state operatives to undo a presidential election after they tried to rig it?
Listen, there are serious and concerning evidence underlying every one of those those issues you laid out. When it comes to Hillary Clinton and her use of emails, her violation of the laws concerning keeping classified documents classified, There appears to be, even James Comey, as politicized as he was, called it gross negligence. But there's also very deliberately an effort to destroy evidence, an effort to smash phones with hammers and using bleach bit, as you mentioned just a minute ago, to erase hard drives. I mean, that's typically conduct that evinces a guilty conscience trying to hide criminal conduct. And we need to have accountability. We need to have accountability for each and every person who violated the law. Law enforcement should be nonpartisan. It shouldn't be a political weapon used against those who happen to be on the other side.